Hi, Chris Walker here with Big Angie Fan Channel here in beautiful Hawaii. I'm planning an experiment of recording this in a McDonald's. Got quite a bit of background sound, and I'm more self-conscious because there's people around. I'm kind of in a quieter corner here. Anyway, I'm going to review, it's definitely a review rather than a reaction, the 10 Years in the Making documentary. Sara Astar, Angelina's mom, and there's going to be some things I'm going to talk about that I haven't really heard other people talk about. Okay, let's go. Now, one thing I noticed early on in the beginning is that there's kind of a shift in volume at the applause at the very beginning. And that's one of several things that makes me think that this is more of an amateur family production than I was thinking, or they just didn't really have the time to do the super polished editing job. That could be it too, because it came out exactly 1 month after. And for a video this long, 1 month is actually not that long of a time to have for editing. But I noticed that. Of course, the 10 Years in the Making is talking about the 10 years in the public eye, starting with the Gloomy Sunday audition.
Wow.
Okay, I was especially looking forward to all of this behind-the-scenes stuff.
And that moment of performing for the first time on stage, I was like, I knew that my music was bigger than myself.
I love that. I knew that my music was bigger than myself, and I love that this, it's featuring, the narration is by Angelina Jordan herself for the most part. It's really nice to hear it in her own words.
This one clip just went viral of Gloomy Sunday, and everything really like changed in a way that I never expected it.
The black and white really accentuates how Persian she looks.
At some point, I just couldn't go to school because, you know, I had people from LA flying to my school to like, they were just curious. They were like, is this girl real? Like, she's just 7 years old.
So yeah, those were probably the first scouts that came out from places like Disney. And yeah, this is when the family first had to shut down people who wanted to sign her up, I believe. Imagine how different her career could have turned out if she went the Disney route. You know, there was like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Miley Cyrus. They all had, you know, very successful careers, but, you know, at what cost to their music and to their personal lives. Grandma Mary. Look at the way Juliet looks at her.
I could not do it without them. You know, you're not only family, but they know you deep down inside like no other. And so it's so important that is in the right place.
Yeah, that family bond is just so strong. And there's a couple of places, let's get this thing off of here. There's a couple of places where the Juliet just looks at Angelina just so adoringly. They just have a very, very strong bond, the sisters. And of course, Grandma Mary, which I was delighted to get a chance to see her up close because she was in the audience.
You know, it's not only about creating music, it's just your identity, your style, everything, and with the support they've been giving me, and
Rolling in the deep.
I want them to always be my shield.
And we can't build our dreams on suspicious minds.
Now, throughout the movie, great choice of background music, you know, fitting what's going on. But one other criticism I have of this is there is altogether too much of this stuff of just kind of walking around in hotels. I would have preferred they use more of their social media. You know, they do have a few shots from their social media. More talking about more of the rehearsals, have her talk more about the rehearsal process. I mean, it's nice to see the behind the scenes, but we don't need to see quite this much of just walking around in hotel hallways. But that's pretty minor critique.
When I first found out what music was at the age of like 1.5, it was just like something that I just couldn't get enough of. So I don't know, I felt like it really came to me more than anything else. And I mean, ever since I discovered like the different genres and everything, I was just like, I was obsessed. I just couldn't get enough.
Another good music choice here. A spectacular voice. But again, I'd rather not just show them walking down the hallway in a hotel.
I think it's an honor to be compared to like those legendary artists like Adele and Amy Winehouse. I truly look up to them with, for example, how, you know, Adele hasn't really been changing anything with how she is. And
okay, now look at how Juliet looks at her.
That inspires me a lot.
I mean, look at that. She's just has so much love and admiration for her sister, and it doesn't feel like it's, you know, it's envy or jealousy. It's just admiration and love. It was great to see Juliet at the concert too.
So much still
That voice.
I need your love.
They are not immune to using
So
cell
we're on
phones
the way
constantly.
to
That's for sure.
Westgate. I'm having my first ever Vegas show tonight, and I am beyond honored and excited.
Cell phones.
And we're about to go to do a sound check, and then I have a meet and greet, and hair and makeup got to be done, and then show. It's not that I get nervous, it's more of that excitement, like that moment that you're just like waiting for, like starting the show. And
This is great, seeing her talking too.
Coming from all around the world, so it's more like that waiting.
Waitening, a new word coined by Angelina Jordan. Yeah, her English is definitely not perfect, but it often leads to charming, newly invented words like that.
Feeling like, oh my God, I'm so ready, and just I've had a lot of preparation, so I feel super ready.
And we are about to see your big poster, Angelina.
Oh my God.
What did it feel like when you saw it for the
Oh
first
my
time?
gosh, I was so surprised. It was so funny I'm like, oh, that's me. No, it was amazing. I feel really humbled, and now I'm just so happy to have my first ever Vegas show.
That's a big deal.
It's truly an honor.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's so cool. I mean, everything that Elvis has done, it just inspires me so much, from his style, his music. I've done so many. What I tend to do is I love doing my own renditions of cover songs.
Now, this rehearsal stuff, I would have wanted to see more of actually her singing, but it's still fun to see. You get a little bit about the process. The guy saying we need more bass. Backpack showing he's an admirer also.
Make some noise for Jay Flat on saxophone, ladies and gentlemen. How about a little trombone? Come on, hit me on the horn.
This kind of BTS is just wonderful, catching them off guard.
Are you guys hearing it? So.
Oh my God.
All right. Is that good? Drum Mel, is that good? Okay. Drummer is okay.
There isn't 1 second that I'm not listening to music.
So that was interesting. She said there isn't 1 second that I'm not listening to music. So I've said before that she just soaks up music like a sponge, and she kind of confirmed that there.
But it really comes to me all the time, because I do write in my journal every day about like everything happening in life and just people that I meet, experiences. I mean, I've been traveling the whole world. When I'm at the piano, I'll read through these stuff and I really get inspired.
And it's good to hear about the writing process in her own words. Another great choice of background music.
And this proves it. When I first saw her on I forgot what I saw her on, I was like, wow, this girl's going to be something when she grows up, and I just followed her ever since.
I've been following her for 3 years now, and I'm addicted. So I guess I'm a groupie.
So I actually told my boss that I'm moving today, which I moved last week. I took off work for this, and nobody knows I'm here. My family doesn't know. My work doesn't know. I skipped and literally just, I lied to come to this.
I actually talked to these people as well. This is like in the lobby, you know, close to the entrance to the theater. So here's a little bit of the footage that I got. We're talking with some angels here.
Where are you moving to?
I'm moving into Honolulu, just the big city, still staying in Hawaii.
Filming, do you know?
They apparently do allow phones, that's what they said. Only phones.
Oh, you're going to do a little filming, of course?
Yeah, I'm going to film every song.
Picture with Mary. With Grandma Mary.
Oh yeah.
So turn off the lights. I shine even more bright. Like a diamond. Step right off my shoulder. I told you now I'm about to show you. So turn off the lights.
Such a catchy song.
I shine even more bright. Like a diamond. In the night.
This is, of course, Abbey Road from the Beatles. So we have Billie Holiday, her main influence, Elvis, Angelina in the third position. Paul McCartney was barefoot in the Abbey Road crossing, and then Grandma Mary behind him.
I wanted to show his face there. That's Steve Ackerman. That's another thing about this movie. I would have liked to have seen some titles showing the names of some people at least. Again, maybe that was because they were rushed. But Steve Ackerman is one of the relatively new fans of Angelina Jordan, and he's done quite a lot of kind of fan appreciation things. And this shirt that he's talking about, I want to say a couple of things about it. First of all, I think it's, comparing Angelina Jordan to the Beatles is totally appropriate. It's not a stretch at all. The Beatles were musical geniuses who kind of created their own genre, and Angelina Jordan is a musical genius who kind of created her own genre. And the thing he said about that Paul McCartney was in the third position barefoot, he didn't really talk about the significance of that, but it's that, of course, Angelina Jordan always goes barefoot. That's just, he really had to say just about that part of it.
This is, of course, Abbey Road from the Beatles. So we have Billie Holiday, her main influence, Elvis, Angelina in the third position. Paul McCartney was barefoot in the Abbey Road.
So he didn't talk about, why that was significant, but of course, Angelina Jordan goes barefoot. So that's why it made sense to have her in the Paul McCartney position. I also found out, I forget whether it was in some comments he made, but Steve was talking about how there are other versions of this where instead of Elvis, they had like other influences, like maybe Amy Winehouse was one, or I guess you could have like Sinatra. And another thing about this shirt was I had found this online, and I remember I liked it, but I had no idea that it was something that Steve had done. I think actually he said his son was a graphic designer and then designed it. But so yeah, there's this community of angels here. So anyway, guys, yes, Steve Ackerman, and he is a great new fan of Angelina Jordan, who really does a lot to show appreciation and to promote her.
Crossing, and then Grandma Mary behind.
We are from New York City, and we are so excited to see Angelina perform. We love you. You are amazing.
And an inspiration to all. Beautiful person.
Sold out.
And sold out show.
Okay, before we get into this, well, that's a great place to stop with that tattoo. But here's another mild critique I have. That scene we just saw was actually in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, not Las Vegas, which is fine. You don't have to have everything be from Las Vegas. But I think when he talks about it being sold out, that's a bit misleading. I think they should have cut out that part where he said it was sold out, because Las Vegas, although it was a nice crowd, the theater did not feel sparsely filled at all. It definitely was not sold out. So that's a bit misleading. Okay, now this tattoo, the story of this is very interesting.
Ain't all that I have left.
When did you get this tattoo?
Brazil. South Brazil.
This is from Brazil.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what you call a fan.
Are you as big of a fan?
Okay, I just wanted to talk more about that fan. His name is Rodrigo, and he has this great, more extended version of what happened there on the social media, and it really kind of shows more of what Angelina Jordan, how she interacts with fans. It's great. So let's just watch a bit of this. I think his wife was filming this. This is from Rodrigo's TikTok. He was so nervous he started to show the wrong hand.
Pretty cool.
Is that real?
Yes.
Oh, okay, it is real. It is in fact real.
11 hours.
Yeah, getting a tattoo that takes 11 hours to do.
the band. Hello, guys.
This is going to be a stage photo as well.
Wow, look at that. Amazing. So,
Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world.
See, they're so appreciative of their fans. It's amazing. And of course, the fans are very appreciative of them. So really just love in all directions here. He's so tall. And just go a little bit more on this, because I think it really accompanies this video well. So I'll have a link to his TikTok here. Okay, so we'll stop that for now. Back to the main show here. Now with this slow motion shot, I think, oh, also another great background song here. But with this slow motion shot, that would have been another nice place to have some titles showing the band members. I know that's Rob Christie there. We're going to have some switch to color, which is appropriate for the actual scenes of the show. I would have liked to have them include a little bit more of the show here. Some great angles like this one. It's a wonderful shot. I used this in my multi-camera edit of this song, Bohemian Rhapsody. Not Bohemian Rhapsody, Unchained Melody. Great, great shot. See, this camera guy got full access, and so he was able to get much better, more interesting camera angles than we in the audience got. Here's Juliet. That voice.
I love you more, Juliet. I think I heard you.
I love that. I love you more, Juliet. I think I heard you. You know, Juliet had just yelled out, "I love you." It's such a loving relationship. That's wonderful that they included that little clip there. It's just, you know, essence of Angelina and her family. You got a little step, yeah, a little view of her bare feet. She did do, even though she had these very expensive big dresses, especially the other dress, she still went barefoot. This is just beautiful here.
I still know I'm not alone. You're wherever I'll be, 'cause I carry you with me.
Oh yeah, such a great moment. Again, the sisterly love. And that music playing behind is perfect, because that song, Fire and Rain, is about the support of her fans and family.
If the sky gets too dark, I just look for my North Star. Finding you is easy, 'cause I carry you with me. Ain't no mountain high that I'm not gonna
This is the second show.
No river is too wide, valley too low. The places that I go, fire and rain,
Find a name that you...
Now this wall, I did a fairly extensive search using various kinds of keywords, and I was not able to find an article about this wall or an image of this wall. So I can't really tell you about any of the what those signatures are, and you can't quite make them out there. So, but anyway, it's great that she added her signature to this.
Captain Lee from the Down Under Shoulder.
I tried signature wall, legendary wall. Just couldn't come up with anything.
World class.
Oh, above all the rest.
Something boy there.
Whatever works for you, you can do that.
Right up on the top where she belongs.
I'm sure my dress doesn't fall.
Very good.
Yay!
Awesome.
Or something like that.
Thank you.
Oh my God, what an honor. Thank you so
Ain't no
much.
mountain high that I'm not gonna climb. No river is too wide, valley too low. The places that I go.
Yes!
You got a few folks to meet downstairs too.
Yes, I know.
So here they were willing to use a lot of social media from her, and like this little montage is great. I just wish that they had used some more of this stuff in place of the walking down the halls. But again, it's a pretty minor criticism. The progression from like this about age 5 or 6 until now, just amazing. That's on Fan Club Mozarts, the YouTube channel that Grandma Mary started, which she now kind of has a version of. Wait, I don't want to miss anything she was saying there, but she now has a version of. She had uploaded a whole bunch of videos to this Fan Club Mozarts, which to this day a lot of people more casually acquainted with Angelina Jordan don't realize that it's run by her grandma. I mean that most of the videos are by her grandma. She released a whole bunch, over 300 videos over a fairly short period, and then stopped. And we didn't have a lot of this behind the scenes stuff for quite a while, but then last year she came up with a TikTok channel, and now we're getting loads and loads of wonderful behind the scenes rehearsals again, just like the YouTube Mozarts had. In fact, she has one is called "Yeah, Slay Queens Forever," Slay Queen, Slay Forever, and the other more recent one is just called Mozarts. And for example, there's just some wonderful rehearsals for the Vegas show. Some of them are just magnificent, and a lot of great behind the scenes family stuff too. Okay, so I'm just going to back up slightly here. Don't want to miss what she's saying here.
Spin it. Yeah, so I'm going to just spin it over there.
Looking back through the 10 years of my career, I'm just so grateful for my loyal fans who have been supporting me since day one and given all the love and support that has made me never ever want to stop. And not only stop with what I love, but never stop with what I'm dreaming of, and to write more music and to have the ability and a voice for others.
It's just such a great choice of narration to end this. It's just so Angelina, so it's the whole story of her career is this kind of homemade, organic, supportive of family and friends being the most important thing, and she just so appreciative. I can't think of any other singer that just expresses so much love for their fans.
To inspire, I mean, that to me is a gift that I will forever be so grateful of. but I also want to say that each and every one of you inspire me to be the best version of myself.
In other words, I love you. So just a wonderful, wonderful documentary. The use of her voice, of her being the main narration, the main person here speaking, was great. A lot of things that I learned about her, her writing process and her attitude towards some of these, influences like Elvis and Amy Winehouse and Adele. The lustrous black and white photography was great. So there's just so many great things about it. As I said at the beginning, there's various things about the documentary that make it look more amateurish than I was expecting, and it could be partly because they didn't have enough time. I would have liked to have seen some fewer shots of them walking around the hotel and replaced with other kind of behind-the-scenes shots, more talking about the rehearsal process, maybe talking more about the other side of Angelina Jordan, the charitable donations and all that. But maybe they figured that was just too much to fit into there. So some titles of, showing who some people were, but just overall a wonderful, wonderful documentary, a great thing to show people who are, just starting to find out about Angelina Jordan. So, yes, 2 thumbs up. Another great Angelina Jordan video. Okay, Chris Walker, aloha from McDonald's in Hawaii.